Now, Big Meech recently sat down with rapper I Swear Visa in a heated interview where the snitching allegations made by 50 Cent were brought up. Now, not too long ago, 50 Cent exposed Big Meech for being a rat, and this was after he linked up with Rick Ross. He also announced that he's cancelling the BMF series. And since then, he's been out the way. He had a situation recently where a Detroit native named Dogface exposed him for hosting some sort of event that was meant to be for Big Meech, and he invited a bunch of strippers to the event and didn't really pay them enough money or the money that they were kind of expecting to be paid.
Should they have given them more thought before they actually traveled down there? Yeah, but most of those girls under 30 years old, they never met Big Meech. They just operating off of what they heard, how it used to be. And they were hoping that it would be that night. And they also knew, because I interviewed 7, 8 of them, they also knew that this had to be a grand affair because of all the turmoil he's been getting from the 50 Cent situation, the Rick Ross situation, from all the Tammy Collins and the Cuffy shit, for all the missteps and mistakes that his son made, getting arrested, talking about go back there and search the car again. Everybody knew this is your opportunity in one night to signal to the whole world that Big Meech is back. So he should have made sure those girls were compensated. He should have made sure they were compensated.
And other than that as well, his son has been, in the media for his run-ins with the law and just kind of being up to some crazy stuff and his financial struggles as well, which Big Meech actually talked about in this interview. He mentioned his son's financial struggles and the internet clowning him.
Oh, supercharger right there and stuff. Yeah. Okay. That's what y'all found it on. Y'all found it.
It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal.
It's not legal what?
To have a firearm.
Well, I'm talking about the other stuff.
Huh?
The other stuff.
Talking about the other guy?
The other stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
And Big Meech decided not to hold back and he addressed everything I've mentioned so far.
Man, before we wrap this motherfucker up, Meech, man, you know what I'm saying? I just want to tell you, you really motivated me for a long time since I was a young nigga, just watch you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate the relationship we got now. Like, you really like a homie of mine, you know what I'm saying? We
Right.
kick it. You heard? We got a bond, we got a relationship outside of this shit, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Man, shit, that's all I knew where y'all catch on to that later. Man, like, before we leave, I gotta ask, we real gangsters, bro. We real stand-up guys, right? Me being a rapper and being an artist and being in the limelight, right? I'm used to the internet. I understand this shit. You was gone 20 years,
Right.
right? I'm sure y'all ain't had like trolls and shit back then. And I ain't saying nobody specifically. I'm just talking about overall. You heard? Like, I understand how this shit go. I deal with so many niggas that I don't know, niggas that never met me, niggas that don't know nothing about me, won't say nothing to me when they see me. None of that. And I'm not saying that like talking like a tough nigga.
Like
just
a tough guy.
I'm just being a man.
Exactly
you know
how
what I'm
you
saying?
mean.
I got a son that look up to me, bro. You know what I mean? I gotta stand on, man. You heard? But I understand how this shit go with motherfuckers just saying shit and just bitch ass niggas, like, bro, just trolling ass niggas and niggas just speaking, bro. Like, how the fuck, like, how that shit felt to you to do 20 years and come out and got it, and you see it's these type of niggas in the world now.
Man, you know, they always say you can't argue with yourself.
Mm.
So sometimes you gotta let a motherfucker just talk and say anything, and then people find out what they saying ain't nothing. Like, if you don't got nothing to hide, then what you got to speak up for? I don't got nothing to hide. I don't got no points to prove. You know what I'm saying? If I done anything wrong, if any man done anything wrong when it comes to being a rat,
Yeah.
you got paperwork.
Okay.
Ain't no such thing as he third party.
You say,
He
she say.
Yeah, you can't. I can't say, hey, you tell for me, and they gonna give me the time up. No, because you know who got to go in that courtroom to get his time cut?
You do.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you gonna be in that. It's on the docket sheet that you going in here.
Ain't no
you
hiding
going
that
to
docket
judge.
shit either.
Right? Ain't no hiding that.
Or no sentencing
You
transcript.
see what I'm saying? So like, you can't appoint someone to tell for you, and then what they want to call it third party, and like you get the credit for it, or they can't fuck up the case. Oh, cause he or she is fucking the DEA. You know what I'm saying? What I will say Like, when it come to me, like, I ain't used to doing a whole lot of talking anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, not when it come to some negative shit, because I'm
Yeah.
on positive shit.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm gonna exonerate myself because I'm an honorable man.
Absolutely.
Always been honorable and stand up. And those dudes that I left in them joints that took pictures with me and walked the yards with me, they the ones got the attitude. But
Yeah.
so the trolls got to deal with them. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to deal with them, and you may not never know who that may be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know who I am. I'm
Exactly.
comfortable in who I am. I did time with the worst of the worst, and I did time with some easygoing people. You know, but at the end of the day, law enforcement, everybody respect me because I'm an honorable man, and they never asked me to do no type of snitching or none of that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but living in this internet era, I just say to the young people, man, they really got to have a strong stomach because me, I got grandkids, I got kids. You know, some from the young generation is like they let so much stuff get to them.
Yeah, they
You know what I
do.
mean? And that don't really matter. It don't even matter. It's
Shit
like
don't even
they
deserve
don't
no
know how
attention.
to do the Aaliyah and pick themselves up and try again.
Mm.
You know, they do. Man, everybody, if I was young and spent plenty of money before, been broke, rich, broke, rich, broke, rich. That's the name of the game.
Mhm.
Each time you learn how to keep it. So you don't let nobody make you feel bad about you spending all your money, losing all your money, whatever, however you lost it, because we all done did it. You know what I'm saying? You got certain motherfuckers that may have got 50,000 for their first rap deal, and they was back out there selling crack. And
Yeah.
that's the story they told.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like you go through things, you can't let someone's opinion be the end all be all to what you trying to accomplish in life. And like the love and respect that I have for like you, Peasy, and any names that I don't say, Doug and Sada and Payroll and everybody from Doughboy Cash, from the east to the west and the southwest. You know what I'm saying? Like, for y'all putting the city on the map where it's supposed to be, and y'all having enough sense to be like, look, we ain't got to be talking about
That
each other on
tone
this
out the
internet. We could be doing music
Cause
together.
I
Nah, I'm not gonna get too deep into the federal stuff, paperwork or whatnot. You guys are gonna believe what you're gonna believe based off the evidence that you've seen out there. I don't think there's really been any crazy strong evidence. There's been stuff you can question, but not crazy in my opinion. I don't think anything's been, just cold cut. I think that's why there's still speculation. But I think the way he addressed everything in this interview was just player. I gotta give credit where credit's due. It was player, smooth. He didn't, he really showed that he has a level head. A lot of people might be like, don't do interviews, you keep the mystique and whatnot, not to be, just wearing yourself out. But I think him doing this interview was actually a great idea because it really showed he has a level head and, he actually comes across as smart and not just just a drug dealer who just drug dealing. He actually seems like he's level headed now after doing his time in prison and everything. So I think this was actually a good look for him with everything going on. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure to check out one of the two videos out on the screen. And I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. And I'm out.